Hello, hello. How you doing? I hope you're well. I every day is different, eh? Every day is different. Some days you get up and you feel good, and it can all change in a pretty, you know, in a blink of an eye. Or you can, you know, many variables to a day. Anyway, I have with my day. Yeah, do you know I wanted to get up and paint, and I've been struggling because the painting area that I've had has been in the lounge, just off the lounge there, and it was all very good, but get too many distractions, and too many distractions. I'm gonna have to get a little setup for this, all right? And I'm new to this, like I'm new to painting. Okay, so bear with me, please. Hope you can hear me, all right? I'll probably end up getting a mic. This may be of interest to some of you eventually, maybe not. Who knows? But I've changed my handle today. I don't know if it's the handle or the name of my channel to because it was learning how to paint and making a career of it or some money of it. And but I've been I'm a person that does a lot of thinking about the sorry. There you go, look at that. Alright. Do a bit of thinking about all the different things in life. Analyse, I think it's a thing that's going on with us all right now, isn't it? What we're thinking about, just looking to that little dot. Alright, I'll talk to you like that, yeah? Because I like to look people in the eye. I always like to look you straight in the eye. What are you like when it comes to looking people in the eye? It says a lot about someone, being able to look someone straight in the eye, holding someone's gaze. Not many people can do that. Once you can, you feel comfortable with that. Some people are naturally comfortable with it from the start. Some, it develops, I think a kid would find it hard to, look us in the eye and stuff like that because there's something confrontational about staring someone in the eye, isn't there? Even if you're doing it in a nice gesture, people feel like you can see or feel the inside of them. It feels like it's a little bit invasive. Then it feels like someone's invading you when you look someone in the eye. You feel like you can be exposed. Now, I know from drinking, if I'd been drinking and, mate, if I've been on the piss, and I ain't been drinking anymore for a while, and drank loads in my time, but it makes you fragile. And when you're fragile and you're weak, you can't look people in the eye. You just can't look someone in the eye, yeah? So your strength's down. So look someone in the eye is a sign of strength. Just a sign of strength in the way that you're happy to hold someone's gaze. And the reason being, because many of us have done many things in life that we were, wouldn't expose to people, would we? You wouldn't expose stuff to people. I mean, everybody's got what you call, something in the closet. I don't know what it is. Skeletons in the closet. But we all have. Some much more than others. And if people do tend to have many more, their company is the same. You know what I mean? The company is the same. You are the company you keep. And if you think about that, you are the company you keep, and then you sort of think about the people you're hanging around, and you're very similar to one another, to your mates. But the ego likes to always elevate oneself, so virtually everyone's always trying to just put, unbeknown to yourself, you're putting other people down just to make yourself feel. It's a subconscious thing that makes you feel a bit more about whom you are. It's also bad habits and a part of society, so I highly recommend not gossiping, not talking badly of people. I mean, I could think badly of the whole human race because it's as much as we think we age, we're all grown up as we age. Well, I consider grown up somebody that has become quite well controlled and sophisticated and civilized and understanding. That's grown up. And there's many people knocking around at all sorts of ages that aren't that way. They're still, see, something I learned from AA was that while people are drinking and stuff like that, they don't age, they don't mature. But physically they age terribly, but you don't mature. And I thought about that, and I thought about that and about why, and it's because it's just, if you stand on the piss, you're just constantly always trying to act in that joke, like they're acting up, trying to create you can't. People are just drinking to be wasted, because, as I say, you become so weak when you stop drinking that you just can't face the world, and only, so it's horrible. So I recommend staying away from drink, but also all these things we do in life teaches us a lot. If you can learn from things and you can grow and you can, take them times when you're down, man, to really pick yourselves back up again and to work on yourself. And this day and age, but there's a lot of discovery that's going on about us. A lot of people are becoming a lot more consciously developed in ways. But the ego's always there. All these people, like these people that are discovering all this information, all want to talk about it and spread it, and and it's the ego's still well at play, man. It's like, look at me, I'm learning. I've learned all this stuff. Let me ram it down your throat. I don't care if you don't want to listen to it. I don't care if you're not interested. I've discovered it and it's information, and this is why we're all on YouTube. I'm doing it right now. I'm ramming stuff down your throat, but I'm not really. Because generally I'll only really start talking to people if they want to listen, and most people aren't prepared to go deep on a lot of stuff. They just want to talk about regular, shallow sort of stuff and all that small talk. And I've been around the block a lot, and I'm a little bit over small talk. I'd rather just not talk. I'd rather be by myself painting. So I'm going to get onto some painting. Painting talk, and some paintings. I'm doing some painting. So anyway, as I say, I've changed the name of my channel because I've been a thinker. Yeah, I've had a lot of stuff going on in my life, and I've done a lot of things, right? And it make you think, oh my God, what the hell are you doing, right? And as you get older, and you time comes when you're going to start taking responsibility for yourself and things in life after you've got to a real shit place, and you've got to pull your finger out and start making things, turn things around, because it ain't no good if they just keep going on the same way they are. And then in my case, start reading some books. Well, in a real long story short, I come over here in New Zealand from living in Spain, having a party life, lived a total party life for years, around loads of great people, having a great time. Well, ups and downs, but lots of good. It was a good time, good way to live while young. But anyway, having come over here, it was a big change, and it was a bit of a struggle. And I was, I'd been drinking all them years in the sun, and yeah, I just felt like a bit of fish out of water, and there I was previously to that thinking, you put me anywhere in the world. I love the world, the way it happens, all right? You put shit out there and think you've got it. The world, it will give it to you. And say, all right, see how well you do with that now. Hard man. So yeah, so there was that. So yeah, I kind of half struggled a lot. I was like, spread out over here, and just, much different pace than what I was used to. And but I moved to Queenstown and got him with a bit of a crowd, but I was still continued drinking. And my wife, my girlfriend, picked me up with our baby in the car to bring me out of the pub, which I wasn't too pleased about, and I was kicking off in the back of the car, far from proud of this, but I'd kick in the back of our seat. We got a baby in the car, you know what I mean? It's driving us home, and I'm playing up like that, like a wanker. And so anyway, sort of woke up the next day, was like, I can't do this no more. What am I doing, you know? I can't continue to live like this, Amber. I'd been negative for a while, you know. I'd been over here for 2 years or so and got to that point, and I was like, and she got me a book called The Magic, and The Magic was all about gratitude, learning gratitude. And I didn't read the whole book. I got the message, which was trying to teach you how to just practice gratitude every day, you know what I mean? So I just started practicing gratitude, and I still do all the time, mate. You have to do it. It keeps you good. When as soon as I stopped doing my gratitudes and stop being grateful, and if you're not in the mode of appreciation, you might be in the mode of neutrality. You know, obviously there's a spectrum to everything. You can be really grateful for something. And oh my God, you know, wish of a lifetime's finally come, or whatever. You know, or you can just be mildly grateful, or you can just be kind of content, and then you can just be kind of like, I'm in the middle. You know, I'm neither, you know, just neutral, which is a balanced place, very balanced place, but you know, you've not got the ups and downs. And then you can be a little bit ungrateful, a little bit more ungrateful, and more ungrateful. And the more ungrateful you are, the more unhappy you'll be. So really, gratitude to me is a way to keep one happy. But you've got to be careful, because you can't be buzzing, because you're going to have a down, you see. So I can't see how, if that's why the neutral place is a safe place. But I could go on about all this sort of stuff for ages. And I got onto gratitude, and I started reading and learning. I got very interested in different types of book, theology, philosophy. I didn't really read like Nietzsche and Carl Jung or anyone like that. I read James Allen, and I found very good, and William Walker Atkinson, and I read a bit of the sort of stuff with a lot of different kind of stuff, you know, like some of the Madame Blavatsky, Madame Blavatsky, stuff like that, you know, like the and really that's all a mixture of theologies and understanding, like the consciously developing and becoming more and more understanding and enlightened to everything. And so anyway, I had a keen interest in all these different things, read parts of the Bhagavad Gita, you know, I've read the Bible, not so much really. I mean, I'm pretty familiar with the Bible. I've done religious education. It's cool. Not that really massively informs you, but of course we all know big parts of the Bible. And Jesus is, you know, great man. Has put a great word out there. I consider us all children of God, so we're all the same as Jesus. Jesus was no different from us. He was another man, yeah, but he was an enlightened man, a man of understanding, and he was trying to set us free, okay, by helping us all to understand. But we've become a lot more understanding since Jesus was about 2. I mean, there's very many enlightened souls, many awakened souls now knocking around. And I'll tell you what, for me, like I become very aware of the self, okay, by reading and stuff. I become very aware that we've got this thing that is almost animalistic, that everybody is and thinks that that's them, but it's really this desirable thing about this body that's leading you everywhere because of its nose. And that could be into wealth, could be into health, could be into, you know, parties. It could be to anything. But you've got the sniff. You want something. You know, the desire is strong for stuff. And it's what people aren't desirable. They're not. You know, you're not going to see them rushing and running around. They don't have, the ego might not be up so much, but it's the ego. Like, oh, I need and want more. You know, but you're never really truly content. None of them. No one. It's insatiable. You know, you just can't. You cannot. It's like a fire. You just keep fueling it. It's going to get bigger. And it's going to need more fuel. So. And the best thing is get control of it and understand about it. And if you can understand about it, then you're not going to be in bondage to it. Okay, you're not going to be in mercy, like having this thing unbeknownst to you, putting you in all sorts of different places and situations. You know, what was I doing? What was I thinking? And it's like you weren't thinking of a higher, better place to think from. You know, so yeah. So discovering about the self is vitally important. I want to do some books on it, a book on it. As I say, I kind of woke up to it. I was like, oh my God, I'm really discovering, seeing this the way it is in people, the ego. Everyone thinks of ego as individual, like their personality. It's me, I've got something, but it's not. It's got all the same traits. All the same traits as one another's, yeah? Just different, equalising differently, yeah? But all the same traits, just a different sort of frequencies, you know what I mean? Anyway, I mean, that's about enough for now with all of that. You might get the drift. I obviously like to have a bit of a chat about this sort of stuff. And I'm going to just talk about my new room, because I'm in a new room. I was down in the lounge, but got up this morning. I couldn't paint, get distractions. Wife wants to talk to me, or baby's making noise. Son's not been off school. Well, so he's playing with the baby, a bit of noise. I was like, oh, I know I can't. I've been wanting to paint because this is going to be my new living, yeah, because I ain't been working much. My painting and decorating business, I ain't had any work coming for the last. I mean, I did peel it back a bit this year because I was like, I've been working so hard. So this has sort of like come about, and it seems like, well, I'm gonna go down this road because I quite like it, and I've worked in sales. So I'm like, well, if I can paint some okay paintings, I can sell them. I can sell them. So I have to make it happen because I'm running out of money. I figure I've got about 3 weeks of money left, yeah? And I was doing really well with work and that, but as I say, this year I put it back. I've got 4 kids. All right, so anyway, it's all right now. I lived years on that, I lived years of just, I know I'll make things happen. Worst comes to worst, I can always, but no, that's why I'm painting. All right, I'm painting these. I'm going to sell these, yeah, and I'm going to make some money from it. All right. So I let the first few ones go reasonably cheap. You know what I mean? Just because I got to get rid of them, but I got to make sure they look all right. Yeah. Anyway, so I was down there. I've moved down here now. Right. This is the garage area. Look, games room. The kids come down and play, yeah? Kids come down and play. So the whole of the bedroom thing's down there. Look, this is my new art studio. All right, don't look much, all right, but it's going to be all right, yeah? And look, I've got a nice light facing that way, all right, and that light is one of my painting lights. But it's a bit of a soft glow on it, but very bright. So it's perfect. And it's got 2. I actually recommend them. I'm not sponsored, by the way, just so you know, by these. Whoever they are, who are they? Again. Intex or something like that, I think they are. But anyway, you can buy them in your local, maybe hardware stores, but they're good. They make all the rubber stuff too, like rubber boats, which is mad, but they do really good lights. Anyway, you never know. I mean, I'm willing to accept sponsorship from you if you do get this video, all right? So I'll happily take some money to, sponsor your lights, okay? But anyway, this is my new painting that we're getting on with, and as you can see, that there is the picture I took, which is a place called Dublin Bay, here in South Island, New Zealand, in Otago, the Queenstown Lake districts, just in a place called Wanaka, which is a very nice place. Now, all right, these mountains are a little bit bigger. I find that when I'm painting, my stuff comes out a little bit bigger, but this side at the moment seems too bad. But it's better it's a bit bigger, I think, The proportions may be out, but it'll be fine. Yeah. So, what's going on here? All right, as you can see, these are meant to be pine trees, all right? So look, we've got a tree here. This is, I don't know, this was a bit of an edge that I was struggling with this edge here. And I actually did the photo on my picture on my phone, comes a little bit further, so that's what I'd gone off on picture on my phone. And it was a bit of a messy sort of bush in the corner of a willow tree, and I just was getting all the colours bad, so I took it off. Yeah, and these are like browny kind of shrubs up on the hills, because I know the hills and the bushes they got here, so I've got to go off mind on how these colours are as well, because It's hard when you're sort of mixing the colours up, mixing them to it. I'm struggling a bit, getting the colours exactly right. But as you can see that mountain in the background now, on my phone this is lit up better. Yeah, but it's all kind of blue on this. But on my phone it's a bit more grey, a bit lighter up there, yeah. Anyway, I like this bit. This is going to be nice, this colour in here and that there. As you can see, that mountain looks a bit longer than mine. Mine looks a bit more shorter than that. But anyway, that's that little bit. That's the beginning of that mountain. Now, as you can see, a bit edgy like that. So like that's the beginning of it. And I'm going to darken that up. I'm going to put all the dark shadows in that. That's sort of like the undercolour. But I'm quite happy with the colour of that at the moment. Not too bad. And obviously looking at stuff like that, when you're painting, you're going to be like, oh my God, where am I? Especially when you're starting out. And it's like that. It's kind of blocky. Now, you want to thin your paints down initially and do the background colours and then start filling in all your spots. I didn't really do any sketching on this, a bit of sketching on this. I did do a bit of sketching, but not much. Rough sketch. So anyway, I'm only a couple of hours into that. And other painters, they get real quick, but I just had to mess around with colours on there. It was kind of browny and stuff like that a little while back because I thought, oh, there's a little bit of beige in it. And the next thing I was like, oh no, it's all wrong. So you do have to adjust. So it takes a little while getting there. But once you do, and then you just end up with nice little sharp bits, like just at the moment, that bit there. Like, you know, you can just see that that's kind of like the edge of them bushes. I'll tidy it up to make it a bit better. And I'm going to put some little rocks just on the end there. It's got little rocks. Okay, so we're going to see how that comes out, but it's a pretty picture. Alright, so that's that. And this is my new area. So not bad. I don't know if you've watched my other videos. Well, actually, I know you ain't watched my other videos yet because I'm on 0 views, apart from me having checked them out. And this is a bit better because I'm not going to get disturbed. This was a garage, half my garage, which I'd put this wall up for the kids. Yeah, so the kids could have this as a bit of a games room. So I've got half a garage, which is reasonably busy. The other half, I mean, this one's quite tidy. I sorted this out today. I ended up tidying the garage up and then coming in there, and it wasn't really my plan, but as I say, the day progressed and I got doing that, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to move all my stuff down here. So, and then my day got better. I was a bit miserable today, but anyway, there we are. I've taken up 22, 23 minutes of your time if you ever listen to this, anybody, eventually. So yeah, I'm going to throw a load of philosophy in with it all, alright? So, important message, alright? Which is the one I learnt. First initial message. Or not first initial lesson, whatever you want to call it, alright? I don't always get everything right, especially the way I speak. But what I'm saying is be grateful. Practice the gratitude. It's the only thing, you know, we lose appreciation for things. We lose appreciation for our girlfriends or your car and all these different types of things. And the minute you start losing appreciation for them, it takes the shine off them, all right? So you've got to practice gratitude. And here's an example. There's a guy down the road here, owns a golf course. It's a nice little 9-hole golf course, lovely, you know, and he's been doing a lovely job of it. He's only owned it the last 5 years or something like that, and he's got it all much nicer. He's been working on the greens and stuff, everything. He's just made it nice, and he's built a little place for him that he's staying at now. He's got his dog there, and I think he owns like Dingleburn, like a big area down the road here, or something like that. Not sure, but anyway, I discovered just the other day off him that he played horse polo. Very nice, you know. Never met anybody that played horse polo before. And so it gives you a bit of an indication. But he's a bit miserable. You might, I don't know if you're ever going to see this, Tim, but you are. All right? You're a bit miserable, mate. All right? Sort it out. I know you're all right, but be grateful, mate. That's what I'm saying. Be grateful. You got that place. I'm like, it's gorgeous, man. And like, it's like, I'm like, oh, it must be nice waking up. Yeah, kind of want to get away from it a bit. I'm like, mate, all you got to do is wake up every morning and go, thank you, look at this. And you'll look, this is the way your mind will be, and you'll be okay. But don't get me wrong, I wake up in my house and I get disturbed, and next thing I'm like, oh. But that's why I like to reset to the gratitude, and I find with that, tomorrow I wake up and I'll be alright. And sometimes I have crappy days, and some days I have some good days. But I don't reckon Tim has any good days, to be honest, judging by whenever I've seen him. I've never seen him happy. He occasionally smiles. Anyway, Tim, you know, you're about to hear it, mate. You've got to hear it off somebody. Yeah. Oh, he's obviously having a bit of a crack. But anyway, all the best. Much love. Keep it real. Yeah. Much to learn on many different things. Painting. It's my first new size, yeah. There's a bigger one. The other ones are normally about half the smaller size, yeah. So, see how we go. Next video. And I'm going to do an Instagram, alright? So when you do eventually watch this, get on my Instagram. I don't know if you're going to last all the way. Anyway. Thanks for listening. Thank you.